Yes, I did.
Interesting. So energy, tell me, did you practice any?
It learned, but it learned how to animate my character.
You're able to
Maybe,
do animations. Interesting.
yes.
Okay, hope you sent your videos to the group.
But wait, he did?
Yes, it did. Okay, so I want to hear from somebody else. Fee. Omolulu and Energy, please mute your mics. Remember I taught you last class, you mute your mics.
Okay.
Okay, so Fee, I want to hear from you. Did you do anything during the week? Unmute your mic, Fee. There is a red button that has a mic, so you click on it to unmute. Okay, so while you try to figure that out, I want to hear from, I can see my kids. Oh, my kids were very active in last week's class, but I don't know what's going on. So, okay, let me ask, who wants to share what they learned? Raise your hand.
Have you seen it? Have you unmuted yourself?
I learned how to feel how to. I don't know.
Go ahead. I can hear you. While we wait for other people to unmute. I know Favor's hand is up. So Favor.
I learned how to create I did animations and I'm looking forward for a better team.
Okay, you did animations during the week. Interesting. Favor, well done. But what you need to do is send your video to the group so that we can see what you have done and will help you. So my kids, I can see your hands up. You can talk now. Okay. Fee, are you ready to share?
I learned how to animate a character during the class. And I learned
Yes.
I practiced.
Okay, interesting. I can see that most of us practiced. So while we wait for other people to join, let me tell you what you'll be expecting in this.
Excuse me.
Okay, go ahead. What's that? Admin support, you want to say something?
I said that I was done with the assignment. It's just that I couldn't send the file because it couldn't open.
Oh, okay, that's from Sunto. Okay. So can send a screenshot of what you're seeing on your screen, send it to the group, and that will help you out with that. Okay. So I'm going to run through our rules again for today's class while I wait for other people to join. Okay, I can see that more people are in. So our rules remain the same. When the tutor is talking, you make sure that your mic is muted to stop noise interference. Then if you have a question, you can either use the chat box or you raise your hand using the reactions on your computer screen. You can raise your hand, you can give a thumbs up, you can clap, depending on what you want to express. So we'll start this class in about 3 minutes. So we're going to wait for other people to join. But I'm going to ask one last question and I want to call, okay, let me call Pearl. Pearl, what do you want to learn today? Let's start with that. You have shared what you did during the week. So I want to learn,
Roblox.
Sorry? Hell, come again.
Roblox.
Roblox. Oh, interesting.
What did he say?
Interesting.
Roblox. Roblox is an app with plenty.
Okay. The obo. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right.
He said
Give me if I did it.
Roblox. I don't know.
He said
You're breaking
Roblox.
my rules, so you are breaking my rules. What's the
You
first
don't
rule?
know. Why?
What is the first rule I gave? You are breaking my rules. Exactly. So when you know you are breaking the rules, you unmute your mic. You can chat. So send anything you want to say, send it to the chat. Everybody will read it. But don't break the rules. Okay, good. So I wanted to call the obos to share because I've not heard anybody talk. So please unmute your mic. Tell me what you want to learn. Okay. All right, go ahead and talk.
What should we talk about?
What do you want to learn today? Or what did you do during the week?
But if you say what do we want to learn today, do you mean anything?
No, it has to be about Scratch programming. Wait, is this your first time joining us?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I understand. Welcome to Prodigy House. Don't worry, you're going to learn how to create animations and games using Scratch programming. So you're welcome. Okay, so we're going to start right about now. Like I said, name of our tutor for today is Mr. Abraham. It was the one that taught last week's class. Then our CEO will explain how you can navigate Scratch programming, especially for people that are just joining in for the first time today. So Dami, you have the floor now.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning. How you doing? Yeah, if you can hear me, just give me high five so I can know you can hear me very well. Hi, can you hear me? Yes, I can see. Yeah. Your boys can hear me. Omolu can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me, that's fine. Okay. So I like the fact that we all practice, we did one or two things during the week. That's very fine. That's awesome. So I will just take us through introduction again before Uncle Abraham comes and take us through coding. You all remember Uncle Abraham, right? So that's our guy teaching us everything we've been learning so far. So now, this is what I'm going to show you today. So who is just joining us for the very first time? Let me know if you are just joining us for the very first time. If you are just joining us, Omolulu, are you just joining us? Okay. If you are just let me know if you are just joining us for the very first time. Put I on the chat so you can type I if you are just joining us, so we know how to take us through. I want us through it. Yeah, Omolulu, you've been raising up your hand. Okay, see, Obo are just joining us. That's fine. Hi. Okay, so since we have people that are just joining us, what I'm going to do now is I will quickly run you through how you can catch up with the class. So I will show you how to get to the Scratch.
I think you can move. I think you can move on because I don't really need to go back.
Okay, we don't need to go back. Okay, you already understand how to get the reprogram, right?
Yes, so you can move on.
Okay, that's fine. So who else is just joining us that wants me to move on so that we can start the class fully? All right, so since everybody Everybody already understood. I think someone is talking, right? You have anything to say? You can let me know if you have anything to say. So, Uncle Abraham will come on board now to teach us what we'll be learning today. The teacher will be learning today. But before Abraham comes on, does anybody have any question, maybe from last week's work that you want to ask? Any question from what we did last week or what you practiced during the week? And you have a question. Okay, I did my homework, so that's fine. So anybody has a question that you want to ask, you can just raise up your hand. Look at use the signal, the raise up hand high five. Then you can ask your question why Okura comes on board to start the class with you. So any question from last week's class or from the homework? Okay, so no question. All right, so if there's no question, that's fine. So I will call Uncle Abraham to start today's class with us. So are we ready for today's class? So Uncle Abraham will come over now and take today's class. Thank you so much. Uncle Abraham is coming in now.
Yeah. I didn't see any marvelous. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, just wave your hands. Wave your hands. Let me see if you can hear me. Wave your hands. All right, all right. Everybody can hear me. Good. Now this is another time for us to start Scratch again this morning. So let me share my screen so that you see what I have on my screen. So let me share. I think you're good to go. That's my screen. What else again? All right. So this morning, if you look at my screen very well, I was trying to, do some practice on my own. That's the way I always do. So I was trying to do some practice and hopefully, all right, 3 participants raise their hands. All right, you can put down your hands so far you can hear me. So I just want you to listen up and pay attention to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, that just this morning while the class started, I was trying to make a game. Look at what is happening here. Let me play it again. I was just trying to make a game on my own, trying to do something nice and like that. So it is when you practice very well on Scratch, that is when you know how to do it very well. Unless you practice, you may not know how to do it better. Though you can know how to do some things, but practice makes perfection. So when you practice and practice and practice, that is when you do what? You will understand better. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So that's that about that. So let me start again let me click on file and start a new project this morning. Now we have our stage here. This is our stage and everything. So I'll delete this particular character. So, but I'll go and bring it back because I actually need it. I need the cat. I need the cat. So the cat is here. I want to show us something this morning. And it's part of last week class, which we didn't have much time to actually talk about. So I want you to watch me closely. What the movement of my mouse, this is my mouse here. Look at the cursor. I'll go down here, add extension. I'll click on add extension like that. I want to show us, I've already showed us this music last week. I'll bring out this pen. So the pen will appear with all the codes by this left-hand side. I'll go to add extension again. I'll bring this video sensing motion. I'll click on it. So firstly, I just want to show them a little bit of something on this. If you look at my screen here, can you see me at the background? You may not be able to see me very well. Let me try to remove my curtain. So this is me, but that's not what I'm about to do. Let me turn it off. I will go back to normal. Okay, this is the normal white background. All right, so I want to teach you the pen, how to code drawing. Take for instance, you want to draw a circle. Last week I told you if you want to draw a circle, you can just basically go to costume and click on this what on your circle and draw something like this, and the circle will appear. That is you doing the drawing yourself, drawing it normally. But what about if you want to code how to draw a circle? And that's what we're about to do. The first thing first you need to do is what? Go to your events tab as usual. You bring your when flag is clicked. As I'm explaining, if you have any question, feel free to ask again. I'll explain again and you'll be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So we start with the events code. When flag is clicked, then I'll go to pen. So this is the pen that I just brought here. I added to the blocks of this code. I'll first bring erase all. Can you help us to do something with this annotation, with these red lines here, Uncle Dami? Please help us out with it. Can you help us to turn off all these things? Hello, okay, all right, thank you. So when flag is clicked, eraser is the first code here. What's the next thing? Pen down. If you want to, like the way I drew the circle under the costume the other time, I just click on the what? On the circle tab, all the tools, then I use my mouse cursor to draw a circle on the particular on the particular stage there. But now we are trying to code it. Eraser. The eraser simply means erase everything on this screen. And what's the next thing? Pen down. Just like the way if you want to write, you have to pen down your pen on the paper and you start writing. And what was the next thing you need to do? Okay, let's change the pen color by, no, I don't want to change the pen color. Let me set pen color. I want to set the pen color to 50. Let me leave it at 50. Then set the pen size. You set the pen size to, let me change the pen size to 4 or 5. Let me change it to 5 so that you're able to see very well. If I click on the when flag, nothing will happen yet because this code is currently incomplete. It is incomplete currently. So what's the next thing for us to do? And that is where we now go back to our motion. Motion, and what will you do in motion? You bring move, you bring turn 15 degrees. These two, they are the one that will help us to actually do what? To actually code it better. And then also you go to your control section, you bring forever. For the beginning, for what we're about to do, we just want to draw a circle. I want to show you how to draw a circle. So this one is from the control, this one is from the motion, all these are from the pen, and then when flag is clicked is from the event code. So basically, when you are doing something, when you are in programming, if you want to code, you have to understand first, what do you want to do? What I want to achieve is to draw a circle without actually drawing it using the circle tool under the costume. I want to write some set of codes that will draw the circle for me. Can you help us with this annotation on Kudami, please? It's actually distracting them what we are explaining here. So you go to pen again. There's one thing you need to bring also. You bring pen up. So bring the pen up and bring it aside here. So how will you move on? Before we move on, Uncle Dami, can you help us with this annotation, please? We need to do something on the stage.
Okay, all right. I'll need to take my screen for 1 minute.
Are you on it? Uncle Dami, can you hear me? Are you on it? All right. When you're ready, let us know so that we can continue, Uncle Dami.
All right, on paper, can take over.
All right. So let's continue from where we stop. So this is where we stop. So we stop here. I brought all these from the pen. I brought forever from the control, the move and the turn from the motion. Then when flag is clicked from the event. I said, one thing you need in programming is before you start coding anything, you must understand what you want to do. Let's say, for instance, you want to create a game. Know the kind of game you want to create first. Write it on a paper. What do you want this character to do? What do you want this character to do? Then start thinking about the code. Also, if you are drawing a circle, coding a circle here, You have to understand that, okay, I need to draw a circle. What's the first step? Ursula, why are you using the annotation? You are disturbing us, please. All right, thank you, thank you. So I need all these. I'll first of all erase everything on the stage. Then I'll put my pen down. I'll set the pen color to 50, then set the pen size. The pen size is just the thickness of the circle. That's the meaning of the pen size. You already know what a color is, just to set the color like that. And then what does the move and the turn actually stands for? The move is just to control the movement of how this turn is going to go. You know, circle is just a round shape like this. So if you are bringing turn 15 degrees, we want it to turn in a clockwise direction in 15 degrees, but we are going to increase this number. So let me show you. I'll add this to this. I'll move. Yeah. Move 10 steps, then turn 15 degrees. Asula, you are disturbing us with your annotation. Uncle Dami, help us out, please. So then you put this one there. If I click on this, but before you click on it, look at your cart here. My God. Why is the solar disturbing this place now? Why are you using your mouse to disturbing us? You're distracting other people. We give you a last warning, solar, and if you can't hear, we are going to kick you out of here. Please don't disturb the class. So the next thing you're going to do is this. Go to your motion. Was it motion? No, not motion. Yeah, looks. Bring hide. Put hide first here. What does hide represent? It's just when you click this hide, it will hide the character. That's the simple meaning of what? Of hide. So if you can hear me, I want you to just signify by raising your hands if you can hear me, please. Anyone, if you can hear me, wave your hands if you can hear me, or raise your hand. If you can hear me, wave your hand so that I can continue. Favor? What about others? Can you hear me? All right, thank you. So let me continue. So this is what I've coded or code so far, and I'm about to start. I said the meaning of the hide here that I went to bring under the looks is to hide this character when the circle is being drawn, because without the character, you can't draw a circle. At least you can't put your pen on a paper and say, pen, draw a circle. Your pen will not do anything unless you use your hand to draw what? To draw the circle on the paper. So what we are trying to say here, we are coding this particular character, which is the cat, to draw a circle. And for it to draw a circle, we need to hide it and make sure it is what the cat is doing that we want to see on the stage. So if I click on the flag now, look at it. Nothing is doing there. Why? Because I only said move 10 steps and turn 15 degrees. So I will stop. I will change the move to 1. I'll turn 360. Like that. I'll go back again. Let me click on it. Look at what happened. Which means the code is not complete. I will stop it again. I will review the code. I know what to do, but I'm trying to show you how you can actually code.
Sir, I can't hear the class.
You can't hear the class. You should be able to hear the class if your network is good. Do you understand me? Others can hear. So, like I said I intentionally do it this way so that you will understand what it means to what to write a program or to write a code. If I actually write everything for you without showing you that, okay, by the time you are writing the code, there is bound to be a mistake in your code and you get it right. Take, for instance, during the course of the week, some of you were unable to get it right. You are doing this, you are doing that, and you're asking different questions, you are looking for different codes. That is normal because that is the proper way of what? Of coding. So now I know what to do here, but I want to show you that if I actually put all this together, I won't get the desired circle that I want actually. So what do? Okay, I will think, okay, I want to draw a circle. I already said if you move one step, turn 360. Let me change the value of move again. To turn 360 means to turn in a round circle. 360 degrees is just like a circle. Nothing is working. Let me stop. Let me play again. Nothing is showing actually. Okay. What else do I need to do? Then let me go to control. Let me bring repeat. Let me put this inside repeat and see what is going to happen. Let me play again. Nothing is showing, right? Let me stop it. This is almost the challenges that majority of you, this is what you face on a daily basis. And by the time we give you assignments, you try all your best to try to solve the assignments, but at the end of the day, you won't get it. Then you start what? You start asking questions. You start complaining that, oh, sir, we didn't get it. Sir, we didn't do this. Sir, we need to do that one. Sir, we need to do this one. The reason you didn't get it is not because you don't know it. It's because your code is not complete and I need you to think very well so that you'll be able to get it right. It is not everything you'll be taught in this particular training. So what we need you to do is by the time you've tried everything we've taught you and you are not getting it right, you review your code again, you look at it closely. What is missing in my code? If something is missing there, you check again. Okay, what do I need to do to actually make this code work? You check again. You go back, you check again. You go back, you check again. You go back, you check again.
Sir, what is the class?
Why is the class what? Ursula, you are the only one disturbing us here. So let me do it this way. I removed the forever. I left the repeat only. Let me change it to turn 15 degrees. And let me now put repeat 360 here and see what will happen. Let me play again. Can you see? Something is drawing here, but it was drawing here not on the center of the stage. So which means I need to go to the motion and set it. Go to
the class not
the class is what? So this is the circle I'm trying to draw. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this is the circle. I told you about that. You can draw the circle. So this is ultimately the circle. Do you understand me? For any one of you that want to ask a question to ask, can you please ask a question? If you can hear me, please, I want you to raise your hand. If you can't, raise your hand also. Let me see how many people can hear me. Okay, I see people can hear me. Good. If you have any question regarding what I just did here now, ask a question before I continue. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
How do you make a rectangle?
A rectangle. All right. How do I make a rectangle? Good. How do I? Your screen is too small, sir. Wow. Too small in what sense? Ojola Olua. Are you talking about this this code section? Ojola Olua. Can you see what is there? Okay. Okay. Yes. Can you see it now? Ojola Olua. Okay. So now this is it. I first showed you some code. I wrote some code. It was not drawing the circle that I actually need. Then I actually look at it critically, then correct what is there. And someone asked the question, okay, sir, please come again. I'll come again. This is what happened. Let me start from the beginning again. Let me remove all this. Do you understand that? So let me bring this thing here. Let me start from the beginning. I said some of you always have difficulties when you are coding. Probably I give you assignment, I say, okay, this is your assignment for today. And as far as today is concerned, your assignment involves you to go and do what? To go and code a rectangle. Code the rectangle without drawing it with the costume and send it and let us see what you have been able to do so far.
It's okay,
That's
it's off.
Do you understand? So, and I said, for you to be able to code a circle or code any kind of shapes that you want to code, all you need to do is go to the what? To the pen. Go to add extension, bring your pen and blocks, and you have set of codes here. You bring erase all, pen down, pen up, set pen color. If you want to set the pen color to anything you want, you can set the pen color. And if you want to set the pen color this way, you can set the pen color this way. Then you set the pen size. And I set the pen size to 50 and to 5 rather the other time. I add all these 4 together. I added these 4 together. I went to the control. I brought forever. I went to the event. I added when flag is clicked here. I went to the motion and I said the move means you are moving because motion is just movement. And I said you will turn, because if you're drawing a circle is in a circular form. So you have to turn towards in a clockwise direction if you want to draw it towards the right hand side. But if you are drawing it towards the left hand side, you have to bring what this second one, which is the anti-clockwise movement. And I said all these you put it in a forever loop this way, and then you add it to this one. And by the time you actually do something, nothing will what actually code. Look at this. It's only rolling. And I said, we don't want to see the movement of the cat. We want to see what the cat is actually drawing because we want the cat to be the one to draw the circle and not us. And that is why I said you go to the looks, you add your what? Your hide code. You add it here. By the time you click on this, you will see nothing happening.
Bye-bye.
Like that. So you stop. You review your code again. What is actually, my video is not talking. How do I draw a circle? Isioma, how do you draw a circle? That's what I'm trying to explain. So pay attention to what I'm explaining. Listen very carefully and pay attention to what I'm saying. So, and I said, this is wrong. Actually, I know what to do, but I'm telling you that, okay, for some of you also, all you usually do is just you code and you don't get it and you start asking questions. Instead of you asking questions, review your code properly and look at every options you have available. And I realized that I don't need a forever loop. I need what? A repeat loop. So I brought repeat, I put it here. I added this one to this place. And by the time I change this value to 360, because a circle is in a 360 form, and I click when flag is clicked, this way, nothing happens, right? And I said, okay, I'll change this value to move 10 steps and change this one to what? 15. By the time I do that and click on this again, nothing will happen. Do you get that? Nothing's actually what actually happened. You click and click, and it looks as if nothing is happening. So the next thing you do is what? You go to your motion, bring your go-to code, change the value to 0 and 0, which means you want the cat to start at the center. So you add it here, you click, it's still not showing. And by the time it's not showing, you look at it again. What is it that you are not getting right? Okay, you bring this one out, you draw again, then you realize that the circle is what actually drawing. Why? Because I intentionally put this pen up, I put it inside the repeat loop. But by the time I brought it out and put it here, the circle was drawn. So if I want to change the shape again, okay, let me say, okay, I don't want to draw a circle anymore. I want to change the shape to something else entirely. I'll change this repeat to 5. Let me duplicate this so that you see the difference. This is what I used to draw the circle. I'll change this to 5. I'll change the move to 50. I'll change the turn to what? To 72. And I'll play. Look at it. This is a pentagon, 5 side shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a pentagon. This particular code here is for what? A circle. If I remove this, add this here, and play, what you see is a circle. A circle is being drawn. If I stop it, I remove this one again, add this one to it, and I play again. This is a pentagon. But if I decide to what? Duplicate again, let me put this. The first one is a circle. This is a circle here. This is a pentagon here. Okay, add, because pentagon is 5 side shape. What if you want to draw a rectangle? I'm sorry, a triangle rather, or a rectangle. Rectangle is 4 sides. If you want to do that, you can basically change this one to 4. You repeat. If you click on it, look at what we draw. 1, 2, 3. It's not closing. So basically, you need to increase this number. If you increase the number to, let's say, 90, can you see? This is the square. This is what? A square. Axioma, how do I duplicate? Right click on whatever you want to right click on it. Look at it. My cursor is here. And I right click on my mouse. These 3 options was shown. Duplicate, add comment, then delete 3 blocks. So I basically was click on duplicate and it gives me something else entirely. So what we have here now, repeat 4 times, move 10 steps, turn 19 degrees. This is for what? A square. Then I'll duplicate this also. I'll put it here. Making what? A circle, a pentagon, a square. If I want to draw a triangle, I'll change this also. Repeat 4 times to 3 times. If I click on the flag, this is what I'm going to have. This does not resemble what? A triangle. So I'll change this value from 90 to 120. So I will keep on what? Changing the value until I get what I needed. So this is a triangle. Which means this is a triangle also. But if I want to increase the size, can you see it's too small? Then I will increase this 50 from 50 to what? 100. That is the movement of what? Of the circle. If I click on it again, can you see how big it is? If I increase this from 100 to 150, again, can you see? It will keep on what? Getting bigger and bigger. If I change it to 200 also, and click on the flag, it keep on what? Getting bigger and bigger. So which means the move steps or the movement, which is the move 200 steps or move 50 steps, they are the one that is the one that controlling what? How big the shape of whatever it is you are drawing is. Why the turning and the repeat is controlling what? The kind of shapes you want to draw. Repeat 360, move 10 steps, turn 15 degrees. This is for the circle. Repeat 5 times, move 50 steps, turn 72 degrees. This is for what? A pentagon. Repeat 4 times, move 50 steps, turn 19 degrees. This is for what? A square. Why repeat 3 times, move 200 steps, turn 120 degrees is for what? A triangle. So basically, I can keep on drawing different kind of shapes. This is for circle.
Which
pentagon.
one is for circle?
This is the first one. This first one here is for the circle. This is for the pentagon. This is for the square. This is
But
for
they're all stuck together.
Yeah, they all stuck together. I can separate them this way. I can separate them this way. And I can draw everything together. Now, I want you to watch something very, very closely now. I'll basically show you a code. And the code I want to show you, I want you to pay attention to it. That will involve the drawing of all the shapes, starting from a triangle up towards a decagon and a decagon or nonagon. Do you understand? So this is this and this is this. So I want you to watch this code closely before I actually go to show you how you can draw all those shapes together, code them together. So this is that about that. So if you have any question, you can ask before I continue. Okay, no question for now. So let me click on file, or don't let me click on file. Let me just remove this.
Okay, fine.
Let me
I
remove
don't want to
this.
change it.
Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Now watch what I'm about to do. Let me leave this there. Firstly, I'll change this, go to 0, x0, y0. I'll change it to go to x minus 40, y 70. Like that. Then I have eraser, pen down. I'll set pen color to 50, but I want to change the pen color. I don't want to set the pen color to 50. I want to use different blocks of code together. So I'll go to my operators. I'll use pick random. Pick random basically helps you to deal with what? With values. So I'll leave the pick random to pick random 1
Is it
to
40 or 50?
1 to 100, like that. So I'll set the pen size to 3. I'll set the pen size to 3, and then I'll go to motion.
Is it Zoom you are doing?
Yes.
I'll bring the point in direction. I'll put it at what? Put it at here. So I will rearrange what? The code this way, like that. So I have all these. Erase all, pen down, set pen color, set pen size. I have it from the pen blocks. I have pick random from the operators, hide from the looks, go to x minus 40, y 70, point in direction 90 from the movement, which is the motion blocks. Then when flag is clicked from the event blocks. So what's the next thing? Then I will now go to variables. I've not talked about variables to some of you, but look at what happens. Variable is just you declaring a variable. Take for instance, if you are in class and in mathematics and they said x, the value of x is equals to 1, the value of this is equals to this. So that x that has no value, it is called a variable. So now I want to declare 2 variables. The first one, I'll click on make a variable. I'll write, the first one is size. I'll press OK. The size will be created. This is the side. I'll go to make a variable again. I will write what? Angle, and create another one, angle again. I'll press OK. So I have angle and size. So I'll bring angle and sides together, size and angle together at the same time. So what's the next thing? I'll make use of the blocks of code that I have here. Set angle to, change angle to, or show variable. So the first one is what? Set. But I'll change the angle because of these small options here. I'll change it to what? To sides. Set sides to what? Set sides to 3. That is, it should start from what? It should start from a triangle. Like I told you, I said I want to draw the shapes together at once. So I'll set the size to 3, and then I'll go back again. I'll bring this set angle. I'll add it. Set angle to. So I'll go back to operators and go and bring these division blocks. I will add it here. So what do I want to set the angle to? I want to set the angle to what? 360 divided by what? The number of sides that is available. So what I just did is this. Let me go back. I first of all go to variables. I declare the angle and the sides by making a variable. Then I brought this code, which is already there. Then I change it from what? From angle to sides. This is it here. Then I change the value from 0 to 3. Then I will go back again. I brought this one here. I set the angle. I change it from size to angle. Then I added it to this, to the code that we already have here. Then I said, what do we want to set the angle to? We want to set it to what? To 360 divided by what? The sides. You know, I already brought the side and the angle from here. So I add the sides to this what? To this place. This particular division sign is from the operators, which is the operators that we have here. So I will add this one to these blocks of code. I can't hear again. Okay, if you can't hear me, maybe you should check your phone or check your connection. It should be that, because others can hear me. So sorry about that. So what's the next thing? I'll go to the control. You saw me use repeat and forever, but that's not what we are going to use now. We're going to use repeat until. This is repeat until. We have wait, repeat forever, if then else, wait until then, repeat until one, then repeat again. So I'm going to use these two together. So for the repeat until, I will add it to this one. But before I add it, let me put it here. Let me separate them. So what do I need in the repeat until? I will go back and go to the operators. The same way I brought this division code here, I'll bring the greater than 2. I'll add it here, and I'll put the angle, oh no, sorry, the sides rather. I'll go to the variables, I'll bring the sides, add the sides to this one, then change the value from 50 to 9, like that. I think that is clear enough. Then for the repeat, I'll add the repeat to the repeat until forever. I'll put it inside. Then go back and bring sides again. I will add sides to this. Instead of repeat 10, it will be repeat sides. That is the number of sides. Pay attention. I will explain. Then go to motion. I'll bring move this way. I'll bring turn this way. When we are drawing circle, triangle, pentagon, and square and a square, we use this directly, but I won't use it directly. I'll use angle and import it here and put it here. So I'll add these two together. I'll change the value from 10 steps to 100 steps so that it will be bigger, because I told you the movement is to control how big the shape is. My kids, you can't hear me. Sorry about that. Check your network connection. You'll be able to hear me very well. I'm sorry. Check your network connection. So I will add this to this place like that. Can you see what I'm doing? There's nothing new. Then I'll go to variables and I'll bring change angle. I'll change the angle to sides. Change size by 1. I will leave the value at 1. Then I will add it after the repeat loop inside this way. I'll go to set again. Now I've used set angle, set size here, set angle here. So I'll change the set angle again to, I'll go back to operators and bring the division sign. Just the way I use it here, I'll bring it here again. And add it together again. Sorry, I'll put it after the change. Then I'll change this value to 360. Instead of writing the value for here to know, I won't do that. I'll go to sides and add the sides like that. Then I'll now go finally towards to pen. Then I'll change pen color. Add it finally inside here. So by the time I bring pen color, look at this one. The same way I use pick random here, I also use pick random under the operators. Pick random, I'll add it to this place. This is it here. So pick random, I'll leave it at 1 to 100. Like that. Then I will now add everything together. That way. Like that. So what I basically do is this. Let me explain again. For me to be able to code the cat, to be able to draw different kind of shapes I want to draw together, I need to hide it. So I go to looks and hide it. I go to events, brought the when flag is clicked. I went to the pen section to bring what? Erase all, pen down, set pen color, and set pen size. The pen size is to increase is to show us the thickness of the size. Then I went to the operators to pick at random. The pick at random is just to set the color to any color that you didn't choose. Because I can basically set the color to yellow or to blue or to white, but I don't want to do that. I want to code the color also. Then I said go to 40, 70, minus 40, 70. That is X is minus 40, Y is 70. I don't want it to just go to any corner. I want it to stay where everyone will be able to see what is actually happening. Then point in direction 90. That is, direction 90 is what? Towards the clockwise movement, right hand side. Then I set this, oh, sorry, L. Okay, thank you. Let me slow down. All right, my kids, you're too fast. Sorry, L. I said I went to the operators. Somto, I will explain that one later. I will show you that one later. Just pay attention now. L, hold on. I brought all these from the pen. Pick random from the operators. I set everything accordingly. Go to x minus 40, y 70. Point in direction 90 from motion. Height Ifechuku is from the looks. Then set sides, set angle. But before I set the sides and the angle, I click on the variable block. I created a new variable. I name it angle and sides. The first one angle, the second one sides. Then these particular blocks, they will be changed according to the variables that I created. And I brought each and every one of them. So this division sign, this green block is from the operators. I put it here, change the value to 360, and then I brought the sides, added it to it. That is 360 divided by sides. Then I went to the control to control what is actually happening. I said, you've seen how repeat and forever works and wait works. Then I went to what as far as repeat until. That is, you should keep on drawing the shapes until the sides, the number of sides is greater than 9. It means to make it 10. Then I went to what? To the repeat again, to the control. I brought the repeats. I put sides there. Then try to enlarge it by bringing move to 100 steps. Then to turn the number of angle degrees, that is 360 divided by sides, give us the number of angle degrees that is going to get. Then I decided to change the size by 1. That is, after drawing the first side, which is a rectangle, triangle, you should go back again, you should repeat it and draw the second one, which is the square. Go back again, draw the fourth and the third one, which is what? The pentagon. You'll see the way that one works. And I said set angle to 360 divided by sides, and then this. So now, this is what I have. This is the code here. So it may be too small for you to see, but this is the code, everything I've just coded. So now watch, I'll click on these and you see. Can you see? It basically, so the meaning of this pick random, set pen color to pick random, it uses what? Different colors to draw the shape. The first one is what? A triangle. Second one is square. The third one, a pentagon. The fourth one, an hexagon. The seventh one, an heptagon. The eighth, a hexagon. While the ninth one is what? Is a nonagon. Do you understand that? So that's what just happening now. I hope you get what I'm trying to explain. So that's how to draw all the shapes together. That's the way to draw what? All the shapes together. If I try to manipulate this, and let me say I want to change this particular angle to 90 and click on this, look at what will happen. Or I decide to change it again to 100. You might be able to see the bottom of all the shapes. Can you see? So this is what? Triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, hexagon, and nonagon. These are 9 shapes. Just what? By writing all these codes that I have here. So which means by coding, you can write what? You can create any shapes of your choice just by coding. So if you have any question, unmute yourself and ask your question now. I will answer every one of your questions. So if you have a question, unmute yourself and ask your question before we continue. Any question for me? I'm waiting. No, any question for me? If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask your question. I can't see height from the looks. If this is eyes, this is the looks, this is eye here. Click on the looks and scroll down. This is eye. Okay, the hobos, ask your question. I can see your hands up. Ask your question. Either you unmute yourself and ask, or you type it
My
in the
question
chat.
is that when I tried it didn't work.
Excuse me.
What's not working?
What you just did.
Please slow down a bit. I got stuck at set angle to 360/slides.
Okay, this is it. This is everything I've done. Look at it closely. This is it. So look at the codes here. You can code it also right now on your system, and you get everything that I've gotten here, like that.
Thank you.
All right. And I've shown you how you can code them separately. So if you want to code them separately, all you need to do is just code them separately without going through the stress of writing all this code. All this code is just to code those shapes together. But if you want to code them separately, I already showed you how you can code them separately. So all you need to do is changing it. What do you say?
I have a question.
My keys, I can't see the codes. Look at the codes. It is very, very bold. You can see it. Look at it. Change the orientation of, okay. Look at it here. I've tried to shrink this side so that you're able to see the codes. So look at the codes like that and like that.
I have a question.
What's your question?
How do you draw another sprite?
How do I draw another sprite?
Yes.
How do I draw another sprite apart from the one you have under the sprite section?
Yes.
I taught you last week. I said you go to the costumes, and then before you go to the costume section, you will right click on this, choose a sprite here, and scroll up.
Using the pen.
Using the pen.
Yes.
That's for you to find out. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. If
I
I
have
teach
a
you
question.
what's your question?
The shapes, can you turn it into a sprite?
Can you turn it? Yes, you can turn the shape into a sprite. All you basically need to do to turn the shapes into a sprite is this. Over your mouse to the sprite section, scroll up and what? The same way I created the shape that I created last week. So you click on paint, the paint, then you go back to code, yeah? So which means you have an empty what? Empty sprite. So you can basically write the code and turn the shape to a sprite like that. So, but I can't see the codes. You can see the codes. So for those of you who are still trying to code along, you can basically code along before I continue.
What do you want?
Any more questions?
Oh, what is wrong?
So if you have a question for me, let me know so that I can answer your question. Just try to code along, quickly do your own coding, watch the screen, watch the code together. Then you can actually what? Go ahead and code, because I'm going to give you an assignment. I've only coded the triangle for you, the square, and the pentagon. I've not coded the hexagon, the heptagon, the nonagon for you. So you are going to do that for me as an assignment. And I'm also going to show you another shapes, how to create another shapes again, apart from all these kind of shapes. I'll show you how to create one particular flower like that. So basically, in response to the question that one of you asked from me the other time, can you code a sprite? Yes, you can code a sprite, but you have to do it yourself. Okay, those of you raising your hand, what is your question? Unmute yourself and ask your question. Can Get what I'm saying? Unmute yourself and ask a question. I can see some people raising their hands. Ojola Lua, what is your question? Ask a question. Okay, so if you don't have any question for me, my kids, what's your question? If you have a question, ask your question now.
Yeah. Hello, this is Mujola.
Hello, sir. This is Mojola.
All right. All right, all right.
How can you put off your video sensing?
How can you put it on?
Put it off.
Yes, I'll move to that, but I want to put it off. Okay. You click on video sensing, look at turn video off. Look at turn video. So you can basically change it from on to off. So by the time you turn it off, then click on it, it will turn off. So turn video off. Just change it to off and click on it, so it will turn it off.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Sir, is it on TV? Sir, is it on TV?
What do you say?
Is it until we add we go to the extensions and look for the pen? That's when the pen will add to the codes.
The pen?
Yes.
Yes, under the extension, you have the music. Look at my screen. The music, the pen, the video sensing. So this is where you see the pen under the extension. That's when you now click on it and bring it to what? To your list of blocks here, the blocks of code that you have here. All right.
Thank you,
you're
sir.
able to code it. All right. So any more questions for me before I continue?
So when you continue, please be a little slower.
How do you turn your video on?
Slower, please.
Okay. The same way you turn your video on, the same way you turn it off. Just click on the...
Sir.
Yes.
Please be a little slower when you continue.
All right, I will. Thank you very much. I will. So the same way you turn your video on is the same way you turn your video off. Just go to the video sensing. You see just 4 snippets of code. The third one, which is turn video. Then you see some options in front. Just click on it. You have off, on, and on flipped. To turn it off, you choose off. Then you click on this particular turn video code. It will turn off. To turn it on, change the options to on. Then click on it. It will turn it what? Turn it off. So that's how to turn it off and on.
So that's what I did, but it didn't.
Then click on it. Click on turn video. Just click on it. Click on it yourself. You don't just change the option. After you change the option to what you want, either on or off, just then click on turn video itself. So it will turn off. So if there are no other questions, let me continue. So Uncle Dami, can you hear me to mute everybody so that I can continue? All right, I think I can continue now. So I hope you are getting what I just explained to you. I believe some of you have been able to do this by yourself. I believe some of you are still trying to do it yourself. But I won't delete all this. I'll just try to create a new sprite to do what I want to do next. So another shape that I told you about that you can actually do or create is this. Let me duplicate this so that I will just, all I need to do is just, okay, I've duplicated this rather. Let me remove this. So this is the first one. This is the second one. So basically, so this is what I have presently. So all the set size, we don't need it again. Let me remove this. To start again this, I don't need to set the pen color. Let me just remove this. Okay, I still need these. Another kind of shape that I talked about. So I'll change the go to x minus 40, y 100. Can I practice now? I mean, still during the class. You can practice later because of our time. My time will soon lapse now. So you can practice later. So let me change the go to x to 0 and y to 0. Then I'll put in direction 90. Even though it is 90, I'll change it to what? Minus 90. And how can I change it to minus 90? I'll just turn this to minus 90. I'll turn the hand. By the time I click on it, I'll turn the hand to minus 90, like that. So what's the next thing? I'll go to my control. I'll bring my repeat. Okay, I'll bring it the first time. I'll bring it the second time. I'll bring it the third time. If I don't want to do that, I can basically return it and what? Duplicate. Right click and duplicate. One. Okay, let me separate them. Right click and duplicate. Two. So that makes it what? That makes it two. So I'll put them inside each other. That make repeat one, repeat two, repeat three. So what's the next thing? We want to draw that particular shapes. I'll bring move. I'll bring it here, then turn. So I'll bring this turn too. You've not seen me use this turn in the anti-clockwise direction. So I'll bring it here. So let me add this together because they always go together. I'll put it inside. Oh, sorry. I'll put it inside the third repeat, the one inside. Then I'll change the first value of the first repeat to 2. I'll change the second one to what? To 4. I'll change the third one to 4. I'll change the move to 50. I'll change the turn clockwise direction 90 to 90 degrees, like that. Then for this, look at it. This is the repeat 1, 2, and 3. So I'll put it after the first one, like this. Then I'll change the value from 15 to 90, like that. So I have this, but it's not yet complete. All I need to do again is what? Go to operators. No, sorry. Go to the pen. I'll bring pen up. I will add it what? Inside what? This. Inside the repeat. Change pen color. Again, I'll add it. Just like I did for the other time, I'll go to the operators again. Okay, you can record. All right. Uncle Dami will grant you the permission to record, or he will share the recordings with you. So I'll bring the pick random. I'll add it here. So I'll change the value of the pick random. Let me put this forward. Oh, sorry. Pick random 1 to 100, 1 to 100, like that. Then I'll go to the motion. What I've not used before, then change X by, that's 1. Change Y by, I'll put it together. I'll change both values to 100. Both values to 100. So change X by 100, change Y by 100. So I will add it together. Then I'll go back to pen and what? Set the pen down, like that. So basically, all I've done is quite simple. You know how I've already got this. This is the initial code that I left behind. But for all these, I went to the control section, the repeat loop or the repeat code. I brought it 3 times. The first one, the second one, the third one. And you already know how I got the move and the turn 90 degrees under what? The motion, the first and the second code here. And I brought the third. That's new. So as I brought the third here, Yes, you're going to get the recording of the class, L. You're going to get it, don't worry. Then I went to the pen here. I brought the pen up, then changed pen color, and I went to the operators to bring the pick random, and I set the value to 1 to 100. And I went back to the motion again. I brought change X by and change Y by. I added the two together, added to the code snippets, and I changed the value from 10 to 100, like that. I go back to the pen. I brought the pen and I the pen down and I add it to the code. So that is everything I've done. And then I change all these values 2, 4, 4, 50, 90, 90, 1 to 100, 100, 100. Okay, Uluwatobiloba, sorry about that. And then go to X. I change the value from what it was to 0 and 0. This was the initial value. This was everything for the previous one that we have there. Look at this. Oh, let me add this so that you see what was there before. So this is what we have there before. This is for the first one that we just finished. If I click on this sprite 2, this is the one I'm currently doing. Do you understand? So by the time I add this to this, let me reduce the code so you see. This is everything. And I click on this go flag. Look at this. Look at what I have. I have this and I have this. This and this. This and this. This and this together. So that's the kind of shape I just drew. This is like a sugar cube or a cube sugar. So you can basically do more than that in Scratch. I hope you get that. And I think my time will soon be up. And I'll give you an exercise, which I'm going to send to your, I'm going to send it to the WhatsApp group, your exercise. So for now, this is as far as I can go because I only have 6 minutes left of my time before Sister Toby will kick me out. Do you understand that? So if you have any question, you can basically ask your question now too. Then we treat your questions together. We treat your questions together. I hope you get what I'm saying. So we can treat your question together by the time you ask your questions. So basically, you can use the pen, the motion, events, control, looks, operators, variables to code any kind of shapes that you want to code. That's about that for this morning class. If you have any questions for me, you can ask your question because what I'm going to give in your exercise is nothing that you have ever done before. So I will expect you to be able to meet up with the challenge and do it and ask any questions as much as you can ask now. So that'll be all for now. So I'm listening for a question. Anyone with any questions? Okay. If you have no question, let me show you the one that you have been asking for, the video sensing. And due to the background of where I am presently, due to my background, video sensing, okay, I want to copy what you did in sprite 1 and 2. Okay, this is what I've done. This is for sprite 2. This is for sprite 2 theme. This is the starting code. Then you join all these to this. You have this shape. That's for sprite 2. So try and copy it and you can feel free to practice on your own at your leisure. But don't worry, Uncle Dami will make the video available for you free, and you see everything there. This is recording actually at the moment. Therefore, Sprite 2, this is everything I have done here. So, do not take much of our time. Let me do this. Paint this new Sprite. Okay. The video sensing that I was talking about, turn video off and on. So let me change it to on and click on it. So it will be turned on. And you'll be able to see me. So this is me, basically. But because I'm in my room, that's why you won't be able to see me. Let me change the view. This is the view. I'm in my room. This is the view. So this is the view. So for you to code anything in video sensing, the first one you bring is when video motion is greater than 10. Let me show you something, for instance. Let me bring a sprite. Let's say the ball. Let me bring the ball and let me code for the ball. When video motion is turned on, let me go to looks, change. Okay, does the ball has costumes? I think it does. Okay. Change next costume. Look at it. Can you see the costume changing? If I put my hand down, costume is not changing. But if I do like this, it's changing again. So it depends on the motion of your body that will make the costumes to change. That's it. If I want it to move away, I'll go to motion, go to random position, I will add it. If I put my head, it will keep on running like that, and like that, like that, and like that. Even if I use my hand too, it will run from my hand. Why? It does not want to touch my hand. So that's how to make use of what? The video sensing. So I want you to code by yourself using video sensing a game that is nice. Make sure you have a nice background. Don't have a background of your room or just like my own. So I'm teaching you directly from my room. That's why you can see what is happening here. Do you understand? How do I turn it on? Something I think I explained. This is how I turn it on. Let me stop this. This is the video sensing. Look at this. Turn video. Let me change it to off. Then I'll click on the turn video. My video is off. Somto is off. If I change it to on again, I'll click on it. It will be on like that. And if I code along with it, everything will be changing. No, it's moving when I touch it. But if I change this value from 10 to 100, look at what will happen. Even though I'm touching it, it's not moving. But if I move my hand too fast, very well, that's the only way it's going to move because I've increased the motion. Right? It won't just move anyhow. It won't just move anyhow like that. Of your video sensing. And start working. So that's how to control what's the movement of your videos.
Hi everyone. So thanks Uncle Abraham. So Auntie Toby will take over now. Just 1 minute.
Okay, apologies for that, everyone. I had difficulties on muting my mic. Okay, so if you learned something today, I want you to raise your hand. Raise your hand if you learned something. I can't see people's hand up. I'm waiting. Okay, Fee, I can see yours. Okay. Awesome. Oluwatobiloba, my namesake. Beautiful. Okay. So we've come to the end of today's class, and then it's been a beautiful session for the past 3 weeks. We've all learned a lot, and then I can see that we've been practicing. Okay, I would allow for a few questions because I can see a question here. Where did we get the next costume from? Uncle Abraham, can you respond to the questions before we proceed?
All right, I got the next question from the looks code, the looks block. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So try that and let me know if you were able to get it. So I can see Sema's hand up as well. So we finally come to the end of the Easter Bootcamp, but that does not mean that we are done with learning coding. We are still going to continue, and we're going to have a long time of practicing. So I'm going to drop the WhatsApp link now. If you have not joined our WhatsApp group, please endeavor to join. Okay, you've not been able to download Scratch on your laptop, good. So join the WhatsApp group. We will take you step by step on how to download the Scratch app, or the software rather, on your system. Then if you have any questions, feel free to drop it on the WhatsApp group. We'll respond to all your inquiries. So at this point, I would also drop the feedback form. This is for your parents. Every time I always do this so that I can know how best to serve you. So if you want us to teach you some particular things on Scratch programming, or there is something you want us to do to make the class better, so tell your parents to click that form and we'll get the feedback. So I want to say thank you so much for joining in, and then don't forget to practice. Before you resume school, make sure you practice. Even if you've resumed, use your weekend as a practice time. Challenge yourself. Maybe you saw a game. You can replicate it and try. You might not get it at the first start, but when you do it consistently, you will get it. And I believe in you. I believe in you all so much. I see lots of bright minds. I see lots of people. So actually, before we end this class, I want to give shout out to the remaining people on the call. Shout out to Oladunje Favor. Shout out to Isioma. Shout out to Fin. Shout out to Kambiago. Shout out to Omololu Ifechuku. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Apologies. Energy. Shout out to you. Usula. Shout out L, my kids. Mojola Oluwa, Pearl, Oluwatobiloba, Somto, and Jaden. Thank you all so much for joining our Scratch programming course. And then we look forward to teaching you more things. Please practice. I'll see you later. Bye.